What's going on, guys? This is episode 4 of Hoops Off the 710. I am your host, Philly, and we are back for another episode of the podcast. Episode 4. I just keep telling you guys, I am so thankful for all you guys just watching and tuning in. Keep liking, tell your friends to watch, subscribe, comment your favorite part. But I'm back and I missed last week. I apologize. I went up north to go see my girl, you know what I'm saying? Went up north, to NorCal, you know what I'm saying? It was a great time, you know. Got to go to San Francisco. I never actually walked through San Francisco, so that was cool. Got some clothes, got some stuff. So I appreciate you guys for understanding that I went to go do that. And yeah. And when you guys are seeing this will be Tuesday. I was gonna put this out Wednesday, and I had the announcement everything on Instagram that I was gonna go out Wednesday. Make sure you follow me, Hoops Off the 710 on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everything. I'm gonna start posting more clips. I'm gonna start doing all that. So you guys stay tuned, please. But yeah, pretty much it's everything. There's been a lot of basketball kind of stuff that I've missed and I haven't really talked about. So actually, kind of not. Now I think about it. I mean, it's the normal stuff, just MVPs and the awards and stuff like that. So, but yeah, today we're gonna get into the awards and the All NBA teams. Is I'm gonna put my official ballot and we're gonna talk about the plan and then like just a couple of the stuff we've heard from the NBA. And this might not be a super long episode, but I hope you guys understand that. I'm just trying to I can't wait for the playoffs. And let me know because playing starts I'm recording this Monday, but it starts tomorrow. So Tuesday. Let me know if you guys want recaps and I'll post after every night, you know what I'm saying? Or not every night, but you know, every time a game comes on or if there's multiple games come on, I'll post at the end of the night. If you guys really want me to, I'll do it. You know, that's always something I kind of wanted to do. And maybe you know what I'm saying? Maybe it works. So yeah, shout out to y'all for holding it down while I've been gone, you know. You guys been doing your thing. But boom. Next we're gonna get into these awards. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, we're back, and today, obviously, this is going to be my official ballot. So I'm going to be explaining how I feel about these awards and going in depth about who I think is winning what and why and everything like that. So, firstly, to get it started off, let's start off with I almost completely spoiled it, but MVP. Now, I'm a guy who I feel like starting off with these like with this year and stuff like that. I feel like it was one guy who kind of just was consistent and stood out the whole year, the entire year. And I feel like the last couple of years, there's been like little pushes from other players towards the end of the season where it's like, oh, it makes you kind of think twice. But it's almost like a fake push. Like last year, it was like, oh, Jokic and SGA were going back and forth, so it was like, who do you pick? But I think this year, it definitely is a year where it's like there's four guys who could win it, and it's like if you pick one of those guys, I'm really not mad at you. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I'm gonna just say, in order from who I think will win and who won't, and I'll just out of respect for the four guys, I'll go from 4-1. Okay. So from number four, who I think will come in number four, I think it will be Luka Doncic for the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, that man over there. Um, Luka is officially the scoring leader now, or the scoring. Yeah, he's leading the league in scoring, like average or something like that. I think he's the official leader now that the season is over. Um, yeah, I mean, he's one of the guys who kind of made the late push where it was like, oh, who might win MVP? You feel what I'm saying? So, um, shout out Luca. He really did his thing. He kind of had like the only thing with him is I feel like he started really good, and then the Lakers were really fun to watch and everything like that. Then it will kind of just went down, and then he was getting hurt, and then he started going through a slump. So it's like the Lakers didn't look that good. And obviously that plays a very good part in like just MVP, like the seeding and everything like that. And the Lakers still ended up what the third or fourth seed. So you know what I'm saying? It's not like he was bad or anything, but he definitely went through a slump to where it was like, oh, he wasn't as consistent through the entire year, even though he did average 33 a game. Like, shout out to him. He's really good, and that late push is the reason why he's in this. And he really shouldn't even be 4. I feel like the more he was putting up in crazy numbers, the lower people started to put him. So shout out to Luka Doncic. I do have him 4 though, and just the injuries and stuff like that. That's kind of why he's 4th. If he played the rest of this season, he might be 2 or 3. I didn't really have him winning anyway, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, shout out Luka. Number three, I'm gonna have to go. Ooh, and I'm still battling this guy, so just don't mind me. I'm going back and forth with this, but I think I'm going to have to say that number 3 is Wemby. I'm gonna go Wemby just because he is the main reason why I'm saying like the push and like similar to Luka, where it's like you made the last chance push to get in your MVP and stuff like that. NBA.com actually has Wemby number 1 like in the MVP ladder, but I do think somebody else is gonna win. But Wemby, hey man, defensive player of the year for sure. Got that on lock. He might have it on lock for the next 10 years if we keeping it a stack, you feel me? So shout out Wemby. He's a all-world defender. He's not even scratching the surface of what he's gonna be offensively. So it's right now, I don't think it's his time yet. Now he has a very good case. I'm not gonna sit here and act like he doesn't, because Spurs are the 2nd seed. And really good because of him, and obviously other people around him, but mostly because of him, you know, and his just all-world defense and his really good offense. Now he does have to work on the offense a little bit, but I'm not really worried about that right now. But shout out to Wemby, really good, man. I know he went in that interview and was talking like, oh, he made his case for MVP, and I respect it. I do respect it, but I do think that's why NBA.com had him number 1. But you know, shout out to Wemby for sure. He's my number 3, and number 2 I have Jokic. I think we need to put more respect on Jokic's name just because he's been doing this for years, and he's not my winner. I'm sure you guys can guess who my winner is, but Jokic is just, man, he's just so damn good, man. Like he's a walking triple double with 7 foot. His on and off numbers are so nuts, just like shit that we've never seen before, you know what I'm saying? And I just think like when we talk about consistency, I think he's been more consistent than the other 3 guys that are the other 2 guys that I just named. Just from October or September to now, like I just think he's been better than a lot of these guys. Now Wemby, you know what I'm saying? I just think he's had more down games than Jokic. Now, Jokic coming off that injury, he didn't look great. And that's why I ultimately think he's not going to win. I think if that didn't happen, he might have been my MVP. He might have been. But yeah, Jokic is just he's everything to the Nuggets. And the reason why they're still at a 3rd seed, even with all these injuries that's happening like that. And just shout out Jokic, man. 3 MVPs, and I think people are just giving like the fatigue is hitting a lot harder for a lot of people just for the MVP and stuff like that. So shout out Jokic, man. He probably will get another one. I hope he does if he keeps the level of play up. But yeah, shout out Jokic, number 2. And at number 1, we obviously know SGA. That's my pick. I started to realize, and this is not why I picked him. Like I'm starting to realize he's one of my favorite NBA players in the league, just specifically how he carries himself and how he plays and stuff like that. But and obviously like just the fashion. I really love clothes and stuff like that. So I like what he does with all that. That's a whole nother topic, not even basketball. But this as far as basketball. When I say consistent, and we all know he said like my life is consistent and stuff like that. Like he'll say stupid shit like that, but not even stupid. Let me not even do that. But you know what I'm saying? Like he'll say stuff like that. But that's real shit though, because he's really sitting here averaging 31, 32 a game, something like that. And when having a team number one in the Western Conference, you know what I'm saying? So he's the head of that snake. He's always been consistent just from game 1 to 82, you know what I'm saying? He's just been that guy, man. And I think he does go back to back. I think people a lot, just like when I was saying about Jokic with the fatigue and stuff like that. I do think that people kind of do that with SGA too early. Like he's 27, he's just playing the best basketball of his damn life, man. Like and we've never seen anything like that. So shout out to SGA, but he is my MVP, and he's going back to back. I really believe that. I will put a parlay on that. I'm gonna be honest. So shout out SGA. Um, let's get into the next one. Give me a sec. I'm going to my phone just to make sure. Let's go into the next one. Let's go into Rookie of the Year, which I do think is a lot harder to tell. Rookie of the Year, it's a really good, it's really good back to back. I mean, really good award this year for sure. Just like in terms of who we have there. Now it's really just one or two people. It's not really three. Shout out VJ Edgecombe. You are my third person, and I'm not even saying that to hate or anything, because I didn't even know VJ was this good coming out of college. I never seen no shit like this. Um, VJ is what, he had the most points by a rookie in the debut game, like in the NBA game, and didn't even know he had any of that shit really in his bag. You know, I'm not really a college guy, so I didn't get to see him. But seeing him with the Philadelphia 76ers has showed me something really different. He's really good, man. He's gonna be really good in this league. He's not even scratching the surface yet. So shout out VJ Edgecombe. Great. He's a great NBA player already. So he's three. Now, I'm just gonna say, hey, I think Concaniple will be second. And the reason why I say Concaniple will be second, and it's really no wrong answer, because it's really whoever you think is gonna be the Rookie of the Year. And obviously, like, duh, like Philly, what do you mean? Like, and what I mean by that is like, it's whatever you value. You feel what I'm saying? Concaniple is pushing for a playoff. Is having a playoff push with the Hornets, and that is largely due to what he's been doing. But he's not the first option. We've seen LaMelo, we've seen Brandon Miller. There's nights where Concaniple might be the third option. You feel what I'm saying? So it's whatever you value, because Rookie of the Year really ain't about winning. It's really just about stats. At least to me, like, we don't really look at Rookie of the Year as like, oh, unless you just come out the gate and you a one seed or some shit like that. But you guys get what I'm saying? So not saying Concaniple plays bad. He has the most 3-pointers, what, in the NBA total as a rookie. Like, that is nuts, man. So shout out to Concaniple. I seen him play at Duke a little bit. Didn't know he was just gonna come out shoot this shit like this. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. So shout out Concaniple. He's definitely my second. And number one, I'm gonna go Coop Flag. I don't listen. Coop Flag might be all-star next year, brother. He's in just the growth that we've seen him from the beginning of the season to the end is crazy. Now, obviously, Jason Kidd had him at fucking point guard for who knows why, but he's playing point guard. It was struggling, and he kind of, especially the second half of the season, he started picking it up where he's actually playing his natural position. He's probably the best defender in this draft right now, I'd say. Just him just becoming a roamer and just being able to switch on to whoever you want. And I just think it's going to continuously get better. Mind you, he's the youngest player with a 50-point game. So that tells me a lot. I just think just in terms when we were talking about Khan and how he's having a playoff push, the Dallas Mavericks aren't having that. So it's kind of easy to be like, oh, winning matters more, which definitely does. But like, for a rookie to year, I'm not mad at them giving it to Khan. I mean, to really either of these guys. But I really think Cooper, like, I think he's a better player than Khan. Not saying Khan is bad or anything, but Coop is just, I think he's one of them ones, man. And we saw like this shit on display for the first season. I think now he's averaging 20 or 21 points per game as a rookie. Hey man, yeah, that's my Rookie of the Year. I'd say that he's gonna be that guy. Okay, Defensive Player of the Year, Wemby. Do I have to say anymore? Do I? I mean, he's 7'5", 7'5". He's so good at basketball defensively. He takes up half the court. Him, just being able to roam and then can switch on to guards. He can do whatever you literally need him to do defensively, and he's just miles ahead of everybody else. There's guys like, I mean, we sat here and talked about when Rudy Gobert won the Defensive Player of the Year. We're like, well, we'll just give it to you now because Wemby gonna win the next 7. Now that hasn't been the case because of Wemby not making a game requirement, or whatever the case is. But he will be winning these as long as he gets 65 games. He will be winning these. Shout out Chet Holmgren because I feel bad for you, my brother. You would be a Defensive Player of the Year if Wemby is not playing 65 games. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Shout out Chet Holmgren, but I'm not gonna waste too much time. Wemby is that guy. You feel me? So shout out Wemby. Sixth man of the year. Actually took me a minute to kind of just to pick between these two guys because I really think it's a 2-man race. Now, if you say a Nas Reed, I don't know. I mean, I guess whatever you feeling, but 2-man race to me personally. I think those guys are Jaime Jaquez and Keldon Johnson. And I just also think that's kind of what you value. Because Jaime Jaquez got put in a different system. Now, he's been with Miami his whole career. But and we've even said he's had down years just like last year and stuff like that. But Miami kind of changed their offense. Just plays a lot faster, stuff like that. And I think he's the one that benefited from it the most. Just him just getting and go. We pushing the ball. As soon as we get it, he's just one of those guys. We just, you know what I'm saying? We push the tempo. And he's been really good, like, in his role and everything like that, shooting the 3 ball. But ultimately, I did go with Keldon Johnson. Now, like I said, I think this award could go either way, but I want to say Keldon Johnson more specifically because of the Spurs' like success of winning. Now, Keldon Johnson is more of a Swiss Army type guy, and he's averaged 20 points in this league before. So it's not like he doesn't know how to score. He can do that. But now you got all these other guys, Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, Vic, all these other guys who can score. He's kind of just the guy who he wants to be the dirty work guy. He does all the small stuff, you feel me? And shout out to him because I remember in the beginning or in the offseason, we were kind of trying to figure out who was going to be the outlier because you have so many guards. You have all these pieces where it's like, okay, one of these guys might have to get moved because we're going to go get a bigger piece or whatever the case is. And a lot of people were either saying Devin Vassell or Keldon Johnson was going to be one of those guys being moved. And I think Keldon Johnson has almost solidified that unless you're going to go get Giannis, he is the guy that's going to be the dirty work guy, like the Draymond Greens of the world and stuff like that. So shout out Keldon Johnson. I think he's my 6th man of the year for sure. So shout out Keldon Johnson, man. What's the last one? Or two more. MIP. Most improved player of the year, by far, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. You feel me? Put some respect on his name on the Alexanders, man. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is just really impressive, specifically because people don't really remember that he is on his, fourth NBA team right now? So he was almost out the league. He was playing for the Jazz, and he was like, I just seen an interview. He was like, bro, like, he's sitting on the bench on the Jazz, bro. And the Jazz is sorry, not to be like that, Jazz fans, but the Jazz they've been sorry the past couple of years. So him just being on the bench and he's saying, oh, like really paying attention to what certain players do, and he's like, this is what I do when I get my chance, stuff like that. And him going to the Timberwolves and kind of being the bench guy, but coming off and kind of doing a little bit of everything off the bench. And now he's in this starting role in Atlanta, and he's like really getting in his bag, really doing shit that we kind of forgot he could do. Because coming out of college, he could score. We knew that. But when, obviously you come to NBA, you might have to play a different role. You might have to do certain stuff. So now it's like he's getting put on full display. And now he's finna be in the playoffs where he has to do it some more. But just this whole 82-game season, it feel like he just skyrocketed, you feel me, just on a whole other level. So shout out Nickeil Alexander, you feel me? So yeah, that's my MIP. I'm trying to think who else you could really go for MIP. Like let me see. Also, matter of fact, can we let me shout out somebody real quick. For six man of the year, shout out Tim Hardaway Jr. He might a he is balling, and I don't know how old he is, but he been in the league for a minute. I remember him on the Knicks, the Pistons, um, um, the Mavericks. So I mean, shout out to him. He's been balling. You feel me? So yeah, but going back to the most improved player of the year, yeah, definitely like Nikhil Alexander or even Jalen Duren or Denny Avia or Jalen Johnson, one of those guys. But I'm just gonna go no, just because shit, he was damn near at the league. Denny Avia, he was kind of like we knew he was serviceable. You know what I'm saying? We kind of knew. Jalen Duren is a very good choice. I'm not mad if y'all pick him either, but I just think the way Nikhil Alexander has been balling, you kind of gotta pick him. But Jalen Duren, hey man, because last year he was good. I ain't gonna say he wasn't ass, but now he's like he one of them ones too. So shout out Nah, and shout out Jalen Duren. I think those are your top guys. Shout out them both. Um, let's go, Coach of the Year. Now, I'm gonna keep it a bean. There's a guy who should win, and there's a guy who I think is gonna win. The guy who I think is gonna win is JB Bickerstaff because I think the NBA is gonna look at it as he led the Pistons to almost a 60-win team or 60-win season, sorry. But that and then just the fact that people were kind of thinking they could be worse this season. You feel what I'm saying? Like there's a world where you guys didn't really have a great off season and you coming into this year and you kind of have a similar to Sacramento Kings type season when Sacramento made the playoffs that one year and was the third seed, and then the next year they kind of fell down back to their normal ways. But I feel like that's how people were looking at Detroit. And Detroit they had a chance to where they can go up, they can be the same or go down. And they actually trended completely upwards to where they're the number one seed. Shout out JB Bickerstaff. He gave them an identity of physical defense, who was ready to play every night, perfect for playoff basketball. Shout out JB Bickerstaff. I do think he will win. But I think Joe Mazzulla should win. And this is why I say this, because you look at the roster, especially at the beginning of the season, you looked at the roster, and we thought this team was going to be some shit. Yes, we thought this team was going to be some shit. I know I thought this team was going to be some shit. And there's a lot of people who did, just because obviously JT came back. We didn't know. We thought that this whole point that they were just going to be bad this season. That was kind of the point. You feel me? So just to get the pick, we thought this was going to be a gap year. Jaylen Brown he getting MVP votes. You feel me? So shout out Jaylen Brown. Shout out Ugo. Is it Ugo Gonzalez? Baller rookie. He's picked. Hey, I fuck with bro. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out all those guys. They went and got Vooch and stuff like that. But Joe Mazzulla, his game plan is real. Like when people say Mazzulla ball, that is real. Shooting a lot of threes, not turning the ball over, stuff like that. So pretty good defense. Shout out to Joe Mazzulla. I think they should win because they weren't even supposed to be in this position. They're the second seed in the NBA. They shouldn't even be there. They were supposed to take a gap year and it was supposed to be ass. So shout out Joe Mazzulla. Shout out all them guys. Shout out shout out everybody on the Celtics, So those are my coach of the year. I do think JB Bickerstaff will win just because of what the NBA values. I think he will win, but I hope Joe Mazzulla wins. I'm gonna just go by this real quick. Clutch player of the year. I'm going Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You feel me? So I don't really have much to kind of say on that. I just think we've seen so many games to where he's really like he's in the fourth quarter and he's balling. He'll go out there, have a mid third quarter, the fourth quarter, he come out there and he's hitting game winners. You feel what I'm saying? I sat down and watched so many OKC games where he's hitting game winners, and that's not all what clutch is about. But we see him hit time and timely buckets all the time in the fourth quarter. So, that's Shai Gilgeous is my guy for clutch player of the year. So shout out him for sure. When I get back, we will start the All NBA teams and the rookie teams because I already did defensive teams in my last episode. So we're just gonna do All NBA and rookie teams. So I'll see you guys in a sec. What's going on, guys? We back. This is for All NBA teams. Let's talk about it. So you know, there will be certain guys that I root for on Hoops Off to 710 that you guys will hear me say a lot. And then now I'm starting to realize that I might be a Shea Glazer. And even though he deserves it, if you guys see me glazing, just ignore it. Anyways, All NBA, with that being said, them four guys that I said for MVP that anybody could win, all of them are All NBA first team. Shea, Luka, Wemby, Jokic, four. Now the fifth guy is the question. That was the question for me, and I was really thinking between Kawhi and Jaylen Brown, and I'm gonna go Jaylen Brown just because it's been more consistent all season. Kawhi didn't really start off good, and to that's actually we'll get to Kawhi later, but just to think that there was a lot of people who doubted Jaylen Brown coming into the season, didn't really know how good he was gonna be, being the lonesome, and Jason Tatum wasn't gonna be there. So it was a lot kind of put on his shoulders, and he definitely delivered. So shout out Jaylen Brown. He is on my All NBA first team, and other guys, I don't think we need any like real discussion about it, just because all MVP candidates, SGA probably gonna win. Jokic might win. Wemby might win. Luka might win. So all those guys, I think those are my picks for sure. All NBA second team. All NBA second team. Um, this one started to get kind of nuts, but I'm gonna just go down the list. Jalen Brunson. I do think this wasn't his best season as a Knick, but it is what it is. Still enough to where you're still All NBA and a top five point guard in the NBA for sure. Probably 4, 3 around in there somewhere like that. But he's been balling. So and the Knicks are starting to figure it out. So I had to give him a boost for sure. Second KD. I mean, bro, I was just thinking about it the other day, man. He tore his Achilles almost 7 years ago, something like that. But damn, it's just like, bro, I didn't. He's an anomaly. I can't believe he's this good at 37 years old with the ruptured Achilles, everything like that. He's just so damn good. So shout out KD. Third person is Kawhi for sure. Um, Shout out Kawhi because I think he's averaging like the most points he's had in his career. I think it's 28, something like that. It's been one of his healthiest seasons. Same thing with KD. I think this is the most the most games he's played in a season since like 2014 or 2013, something like that. So shout out both of them for just being active and being healthy, because we miss those guys when they're good, man. And even when they're bad, but we want them to play. You feel me? So, and every time they play, they deliver. Um, yeah, so shout out to Kawhi, shout out KD, shout out Brunson. My fourth guy is Jamal Murray. And I'm giving him a little bit of boost. I was seeing people putting him on the third team, but I think he does deserve second team. Um, just because, man, just the two man shit with Jokic, it's completely unstoppable. He's averaging the highest amount of points he's had since he's been in the NBA. He's averaging 25 and 7. So shout out Jamal Murray, man. Straight baller. And then my last spot, which this isn't in order, by the way. I'm not putting it in order. I'm just listing the teams. So shout out Donovan Mitchell. He is my last guy on All NBA second team. Always comes to play, and can't wait for to see him in the playoffs. But he's always one of those guys. Ever since he's been in Cleveland and even in Utah, he's just been the guy. He's always the one who getting the buckets. Kind of an underrated playmaker. He does all the little stuff. So shout out Donovan Mitchell. He is my last spot for All NBA second team. All NBA third team, I have Tyrese Maxey. And he was kind of the guy I was kind of going back and forth with in terms of Jamal Murray. But I end up choosing Jamal Murray just because, one, he's been more available, I'd say. But, yeah, I think Tyrese Maxey will probably be better than Jamal Murray next season. But shout out Tyrese Maxey. Still made All NBA. That's a great accomplishment, especially 76ers got a steal in the draft for him, by the way. So shout out them. Uh my third team is Jalen Duren. And mind you, when I'm making this list, because it made me thinking about it because I seen Jalen Duren, I was thinking about Cade. Cade probably, I don't know if they're gonna give him the nod, but if they do, he would probably be my All NBA first or second team. So sorry guys, I had to scratch my head, but yeah, there's certain guys who probably won't make it because of the 65 game rule, like Devin Booker, a couple others. So yeah, shout out Jalen Duren. He's one of the best big men in the NBA right now, just because how physical he is and he gets on the glass. He's averaging almost 20 points per game. Um, he was one of those borderline guys we kind of wanted to see what he was going to be, and now he's exactly what the not only what the Pistons looking for, but what the NBA is looking for. Just a really hardworking big man. You know what I'm saying? He does his thing. So shout out Jalen Duren. Third other spot is, let me see, Chet Holmgren. He could have been second team if we being real, but I just think other guys were a little better. But shout out those guys, man. Chet been doing his thing. It's probably the second best defender of the NBA this season, and he's not a slouch offensively. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out, bro. He's been doing his thing. Um, shout out to who or no, shout out, yeah, just shout out to OKC players because they got some ballers over there, and Chet is one of them. He's I think he's averaging close to 20 and like 9 rebounds or something like that, and that's like with him missing time. So maybe next year he could jump to All NBA second team, and he might even make it this year. You never know. But shout out Chet. Third next spot I have is James Harden. I just think I don't know if he would have made it if like the certain guys would have made the 65 game requirement. But shout out James Harden because he is an Iron Man at the end of the day. Um, I'm also counting to the fact that when he was with the Clippers, he was averaging like 25 or something like that. Now he's averaging, I think he's averaging 20 with the Cavs, but obviously evens out. He's averaging like 23 on the season. So shout out to James Harden. A lot has happened for him this season. So the fact that he's still coming out here and being a floor raiser and doing everything he needed to do for this team, um, yeah, he's just one of those guys, and I just we need to appreciate the old stars before it's too late. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out James Harden. Hey, and by the matter of fact, hey James Harden, I played for your old AAU team back in the day, and y'all gave me a 10.5 shoot. I don't wear a 10.5, bro. I needed a 12, and I played for y'all AAU team, and they gonna have the nerve to give me a 10.5, and I was like, yo, let me get y'all gonna give me a bigger size? They're like, yeah, we'll give it to you. Never got it, by the way. Never got it. So let me get some shoes. James Harden, send me some shoes. Send me some shoes. Send me something, please. Anyway, so yeah. So shout out James Harden. He's still one of the coldest dudes out there. Jalen Johnson's my last spot for All NBA third team. I think just the way, like, obviously we talked about Nickeil Alexander-Walker earlier, but when we talk about the Atlantic Hawks' success, you can't do that without talking about Jalen Johnson. Some people do call him the PRA man, and I get it sometimes, but man, he's a fucking baller, man. Like, just he impacts the game in so many different ways, and he's only getting better. And he's going to come into this in this playoffs and really rock shit. So shout out Jalen Johnson, shout out all them, man. Uh, that wraps up my All NBA teams. And when we get back, we're gonna do my rookie teams, and we're just gonna breeze through those. You feel me? So shout out y'all. Okay, we're back with all rookie first team. We're officially back. I just kind of want to knock this out real quick. Just because we do have some more stuff that we need to do. But rookies first team. Let's go Coop Flag. I think that's a no-brainer. Him and Khan for sure, top two in that. And I'm not ranking this, but I'm just kind of like putting stuff together. They're definitely the best out their class. VJ, my third spot for sure. VJ Edgecombe, man. Even with the first two guys being really good, VJ has also been really good. So shout out VJ Edgecombe, man. Fourth spot goes to Dylan Harper. I just think he's so advanced for his age, and you know what I'm saying. He's just. I see a lot of people in him. I see like James Harden sometimes, man. He's just really damn good, and he's so advanced at getting to the basket. And when he gets there, he's so patient. You feel me? He's so patient when he gets there. So shout out Dylan Harper. He deserves a spot. And my last spot is Colin Murray Boyles for the Toronto Raptors. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. I don't know what the people are feeling about that. But Toronto, there's obviously a lot of reasons to why they're good. Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram, Emmanuel Quickly, a bunch of others. But Colin Murray Boyles, I think he contributes a lot to that just from his defensive intensity and stuff like that. That and just I mean just being able to get put in whatever position. Pause. But they put him in whatever position and he succeeds. You feel me? So shout out to Kyler Murray Boyles. He's my last spot. And let's go to All NBA second team. Cedric Coward. Um, Memphis wasn't good, but I think he's one of those guys you can look at and be like, oh, he can it can work next. You know what I'm saying? It could work for the future and stuff like that, depending on what direction they go into. Ace Bailey. He's really started picking it up, I'm not going to lie, in the second half of the season. First half of the season, he was dealing with injuries and a bunch of other stuff, but I would really respect just how he came out, different mindset. Second half of the season, he's been balling, just been able to score on 3 levels, wherever you need him to. Super athletic, uber athletic, and do whatever you want in terms of scoring. And he's a rookie, so I'm not mad at all NBA second team. He probably would have been first team if he started off how he did in the second half and the first half of the season. So shout out him. Jeremiah Fears. Now I would be wrong. I will definitely say that Jeremiah Fears, him having them 40-point games towards the end of the season, that definitely added to that because I didn't really know if I would have had him on here. Now he can't shoot like that, but he's really good at getting to the basket, super quick, super athletic. Shout out Jeremiah Fears, man. Definitely deserves it. Now, my second to last spot, I keep forgetting how to say his name, but Ugo Gonzalez. And I don't know if that's crazy or not, but I put him here because when you watch him play and he's guarding the best guys, not necessarily for counting stats or not, you know what I'm saying, anything like that, but just a way that when Joe Mazzulla is like, yo, go out there and go guard the best player on the other team, he goes out and does that. You feel me? So shout out to Ugo Gonzalez. I think he's I don't know how good he's gonna be, but right now I think he does deserve second team. He deserves some type of respect, especially because the Celtics are winning games. You feel me? So and my last spot is Ryan Kalkbrenner. You know, he's pretty decent. You feel what I'm saying? And in a way, just plays like 20 minutes a game. He'll get you like 7 points, 4 rebounds. But it's just like the fact that Charlotte needs a presence like that, and he's only gonna get better. I really fuck with how he plays. You feel me? He just does all the little stuff, everything you need him to do. So that is my rookie teams. Let me know what you guys have for all my NBA teams, all my NBA awards. You feel me? And when we get back, we're going to talk play-in. And yeah, so I'll see y'all soon, guys. So now we're here to talk about the 2026 play-in tournament. And all these spots are officially known, and we know who's playing on what day, what time, everything like that. And today is Monday, so the first 2 games that are going to be are the Suns. The first game, first game is the Heat and the Hornets, and the second game is the Trailblazers and the Suns. And honestly, I could see the Heat winning, but for the culture, we gotta pick Charlotte. They ballin'. They've been the best team since January, since Christmas, bro. So shout out those guys. I really think that they can if they get in the playoffs, they could fuck around and do some shit. So you know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. I really want them to win this game, so I'm gonna pick them to win this game. Trailblazers versus Suns. I don't know if Devin Booker's playing or not. I don't know. I actually don't know the extent of if he has any type of injury or anything like that. Let me see if I can get anything. And I think I'm gonna pick the Suns though. Now Dylan Brooks is back. I don't know how he's gonna look for the play-in, but I think that I like how Phoenix plays. Trailblazers are pretty solid too, but I do think that I have the Suns, and you don't really want to see Devin Booker in a one-game situation. I feel like he's one of those guys who can go off for 40 at any point in time. So shout out the Suns, man. I think the Suns can win this for sure. Let me see. And then we're going to go to Wednesday's games, and I believe that is Golden State versus the Warriors, and then the Magic versus 76ers. Magic shouldn't even deserve to be in this. That's a whole nother conversation. Let's go Clippers Warriors. I want Steph Curry to win, but Clippers are. I think they're a better team on paper, man. Like other than Steph Curry's the best. I'm trying to think. Is Steph Curry the best player in the series anymore? Because Kawhi, but I mean, like you have Steph Curry, so you have a chance, and it's a 1-game scenario, so you could win. But I must have to take the Clippers. I think that they have a more known identity, and they have click. They click better than the Warriors do, in my personal opinion. So I'm gonna pick the Clippers to win that game. And then I have the 76ers and the Magic, and I'm going to say that the 76ers win that. Um, the Magic offense is so bad, and Jamal Mosley should be fired. He will be fired, I'm assuming. So I just think the 76ers are ready to hoop. I'm so upset that Joel Embiid will not be ready, but it's unfortunate. I just want to see a healthy 76ers team. And I keep talking about them because it is so unfortunate. I sat here and talked about it a couple episodes ago about how every time we have hopes for the 76ers, shit go left. Because my ring light just wants to turn off. I have to start what I was saying again. But back, because I feel like I've been in flow state for this whole, I just spit. But this whole entire time, I feel like I've been in flow state. But the 76ers, it feels like every time something that happens to them, or something happens to them every single time. Whether if it's Ben Simmons, whether if it's Joel Embiid getting hurt for the 70th time. And shout out Joel Embiid, because I feel bad because he's so talented. So talented of a player. And when he plays, he is so damn good. MVP type player. He's already won an MVP when he's been fully healthy. And he sat here and said that he'll trade his MVP season for one healthy playoff run. And I feel him. I honestly feel him. Because they will be so damn good. You feel me? So shout out to I keep saying shout out. Why do I keep saying that? But I just feel bad, man. Like, I hope the 76ers, I hope he can get healthy before playoff time or even during playoff time if they can sustain that and win out or just go against a team and win and so he can play. Because he deserves that. He's an MVP type player. I hate when he just doesn't play. He's so good. You feel me? So, shout out to him. Shout out to everybody, on that 76ers team. Paul George been balling. Tyrese Maxey's back. Kelly Oubre, everybody's back. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Kyle Lowry too, because I'm sure he's gonna retire after the season. So shout out Kyle Lowry for a great NBA career. Shout out his shit, let me chill. Nah, let me chill. But shout out Kyle Lowry, man. Really good. And shout out the 76ers. Shout out the play-in tournament. That is my predictions for the play-in tournament. So I said 76ers, Suns, Clippers. Who was the first team that played? Hold on. And the Hornets. Sorry, the Hornets. So those are my picks for now. And let me know if you guys want me to do recaps and stuff like that. But I appreciate you guys for listening to this episode. It's episode 4, Hoops Off the 710 with your boy Philly, man. If you guys have any questions, whatever, add me or follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me on or subscribe to my YouTube. Always put in your comments what you think is a favorite part of the video. What you just put your insight. I'm not mad at any type of criticism. You feel me? I feel like this is my best episode yet, simply because I just feel way more comfortable. Every episode I've been getting more comfortable being in front of the camera and I'm talking more. I feel like it's getting a lot better. So I have some videos getting ready to come out too. I said that last time, but guys, listen, I have a busy life, but it's gonna work. I'm trying to just keep giving you guys more stuff, and I appreciate you guys for just listening and just being here, because this has honestly been fun for me. I couldn't wait to boot up the camera today. So hey man, y'all have a great day. Stay up. If you're having a bad day, man, just remember that it could be so much worse. And I hope you guys are just doing amazing in life. And if you aren't, just know that you have somebody in your life, or you guys can hit whoever you guys need for any type of advice, anything, man. Stay up. Stay solid, man. Life does get hard, but keep going. Don't quit, bro. So y'all have a great night. I'm Philly, and I'm out. Peace.